already gave you all the list of everything you need from home. Scissors, cutting board, food thermometer, microwave safe bowl. I'm assuming all you ladies have a microwave accessible. Perfect. A kitchen knife, a spoon, a plate for sprinkles, and your bag that you all picked up yesterday, which should contain a mug, a mold, your dark chocolate bar, 2 piping bags, a large one and a small one, and hot cocoa powder, mini marshmallows, and sprinkles. So first things first, we're going to start out with our knife, our cutting board, and our chocolate bar. So with these, I usually leave the chocolate bar completely whole. I don't break it apart at all. So we're going to finely chop up our chocolate to make sure that it melts evenly. So we're just going to go over it with a large knife as if you're mincing garlic to give it kind of a shaved texture. Ultimately, it'll end up looking like this, just lots of little flaky pieces. They don't have to be perfect. You can just chop it whichever direction you please.
Oh, you do use the knife.
What was that?
You use a knife to
I do use a knife, yes.
Okay, I misunderstood. I do not.
I think Gwen's due for some new knives.
Sometimes these bars can be tricky to cut, so if it's easier for you, you can just break it up.
Here's Julie.
Jason has joined.
Hi, Julie.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Good. Good to see you. So, Julie, really quick, I sent these other ladies on a little venture through their kitchens to grab a few things. So, you will need a food thermometer, some scissors, a cutting board, microwave safe bowl,
Okay.
spoon, and a plate.
My kitchen's over there, so I'm gonna watch.
Okay.
I have a lot of cooking experience, so I can put it together once I hear what the directions are.
Perfect. So to catch you up on what you missed there at the beginning, we are just starting out with our dark chocolate bar on a cutting board, and we're just going over it with a knife to give it this shaved texture to make sure that it melts evenly when we're tempering it.
Don't you cut yourself.
No kidding. But it's working. But it doesn't seem to get on the list.
But when this is all over, I'll be asking for donations for some new knives.
Sounds like we're the only ones with the problem. The knife problem.
Cutco knives are my favorite.
What?
Cutco knives.
Oh, yeah. I've got some small ones.
I love my Cutco.
What are you using?
I'm using the cheese one.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And that's a Cutco?
Never seen that one.
Yes, I love all my Cutco knives.
Okay, so like the size of a dime and smaller, maybe? Smaller.
The size of what?
The size of a dime,
Sure.
like so.
That'll work.
Because it was hard to shred with that knife she was using.
She is shreddy, but I'm not shreddy.
Well, it's because that knife. It's not you. And it's not me. It's the knife. This knife is just but it's still hard. It's hard, but well, my hand's not anywhere near. But it just looks good.
Ladies, when you are done chopping, you're just going to pour all that chocolate into a microwave-safe bowl.
Over there? Yeah. Can you get me a paper towel? Okay. We have one and done.
Ladies, I do have a dog here at home, and he likes to look at the ducks that are in the pond out back. So if you hear him clicking around, that's why. All right, is everyone all set with their chocolate in the bowl?
Yep.
Perfect. So I'm using a little bit different method. I just moved into a new house, and my new house does not have a microwave. So I am using a little different technique than you ladies will. But your next step is going to be to place your chocolate in the microwave for 25 seconds. You're going to remove it and stir thoroughly. It might not look like it's starting to melt yet, but it's really important that you stir. So after this, you will be heating it in 15-second intervals and taking it out and stirring it each time.
And we're doing it on high.
Then I'll tell you what I'll do.
On
Yeah,
high.
Okay.
that's a good idea. Okay.
Yep, and then this is where you'll use your food thermometer as well. So when your chocolate does start to melt, temp it each time. And we don't want it to exceed 91 degrees or it will go out of temper. And that's when you'll get those streaky results, or it won't solidify as well. It just turns into a sticky mess.
So what is the temperature supposed to be?
Sorry, what was that?
What is the
91.
temperature supposed to be?
So you don't want it to go above 91 degrees. Once you're at about 89 or 90, you should be good to go. If there's still some flakes or tips, and it should melt those other pieces.
I think it just it's not to feel big. But now, really. Ground beef.
I'm such a fan of that.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
So how's everybody doing? Are you getting close?
Is yours all melted?
No.
Actually,
We're getting close though.
Perfect.
Oh,
Yeah, and it stopped, so you could guess, but it's right there.
So does it have to be 91 or it just has to be under 91?
This has to be under 91. Ideally, you'd be between 87 and 91 degrees. That's your sweet spot.
Put yours in the
Mine's ready.
No.
Perfect. So once your chocolate is melted, you can spoon a little bit of it into your piping bag. So I usually just do a spoonful or two, just the tiniest little bit, because we're going to ultimately use this to seal our two half spheres together. So I just place
the small bag.
I like to use the small bags. They're a little easier to maneuver. I'm not putting much into them.
Are you putting all of the chocolate in there, Allie?
pull them out.
Nope, just a spoonful or two, just a little bit.
In the little bag.
And then the rest of our chocolate will go into our molds.
In the bag, at least. It doesn't have to be. What's appetizing?
Not quite yet.
Oh, this was too. Dashes in it. But that's what it's for, right?
Ladies, once you put your chocolate into your piping bag, you can use the rest of the chocolate to coat your molds. So I'm just using one set of the molds. One bar usually makes about 3 hot cocoa bombs. So we're going to coat the inside of the molds like this.
So how much?
You want to make sure to get all the way up to the edge because the edges are going to be the thinnest part at the end. So we want to make sure we don't skimp out on the chocolate or they'll get fragile and crack and break.
Do you treat the mold before you do this?
I don't. Since they're silicone molds, you won't find any sticking or issues there. So I don't put anything inside of the mold except chocolate.
Do you just use your spoon to get the sides? Just kind of move it
Yep,
around?
just use your spoon. You can take your mold and kind of move it around so your chocolate covers each side and
And then if there's
whatever method you find works best for you.
if there's a little pile of chocolate in there after, is that okay, or do I need to take that out?
In the
Yep,
bottom.
no, that's okay.
Okay, thank you. You know what I mean, right, Mom?
I got it too.
And ladies, if you do miss some of the edges, we are going to pop these into the refrigerator so they can solidify a little quicker. When we pull them out to check on them, since we have leftover chocolate, we can always add more to the edges. If you missed a spot or if it doesn't seem like it's quite thick enough around the edge. So don't worry about making it perfect this first coat.
So if there's chocolate on top, just ignore it. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
Oh, so we're going to do another coat?
We'll basically go back in and touch it up.
You have to do 2, right? Or there's a second one, Mama.
What?
Well, you have to do 2.
No, we're making two.
With the oh,
You
because
can
this is the
make
top and the
6
bottom.
if you want.
Oh, I get it. No, I forgot that. The top and the bottom are in this one.
Seems like I have too much. Yeah, you definitely have too much chocolate.
I do?
Yeah.
Shoot. Well, yeah, that's like way too much. You're right. I have quite piles of chocolate here. It sounds like I might be the only one doing that part.
Oh, aren't that little pile?
Took a bunch out. We'll see.
Oh,
What? No, and that's okay, but as long as you don't waste stuff. I'm terrible at stuff like this. I'm glad we're starting to practice now. We have a year to master.
yeah.
Well, almost a
I
year.
like the white chocolate with peppermint.
Oh, yeah, yes, or the candy canes on the outside.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you meant. You've always done that. We can do white chocolate. We can even make some pink ones.
Mm-hmm.
Once your molds are all coated, you can go ahead and pop them right into the refrigerator.
So if I feel like the pile of chocolate at the bottom is too much, should I take some out?
You're welcome to.
Well,
Yep, if you feel like there's too much in there, you can definitely take it out. It won't hurt to leave it. It just
Okay.
leaves a little less room for hot cocoa powder.
Okay, I'll just leave it. I just want to turn out good. That's all. But if that won't make a difference, all is good. Okay.
Well, the only difference it will make is that they may take a little longer to solidify since you've got.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, thank you.
You can lower your mistake.
Yeah, I know. I have high. I'll lower my mom said I just need to lower my expectations. Moms are always right. All right, Mom. I'm coming. Hold on. Already done this one, so I'm all done.
Really don't mind that. Probably took that
I
too
just
much.
did.
I
just
think
did.
it's a fine.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're
line,
saying.
you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, I get what you're saying. It's because they were all perfect, but then I distracted.
I know, she said.
I know. No, you're
It's
right.
okay.
You're right. So there's a couple of times. I mean, I'm really.
What's this other one?
Right.
Let's see how we do.
But you want to open the fridge for me because with my luck, I'll drop it right before you open.
If you have extra chocolate left over after filling your molds, you're welcome to put that into your piping bag. We can use this as decoration at the end, but do save a little bit for when we check our molds, just in case we need to touch up any spot.
So I take it we're using the piping bag to fuse them together.
Yes. Yep. So I like to use, like I said earlier, there's lots of different methods for how to seal the two half spheres together. Some people will place a skillet over low heat and they'll take their half sphere and just rub it on there gently and stick it to the other side. I like this method because once you press the sides together, it creates glue to keep the two half spheres together, but it also creates some glue for us to make the sprinkles stick to it. So once they're pressed together, I like to roll it right through the plate of sprinkles, and it makes a perfect little sprinkle rim around the outside of it. So that's why I like this technique.
So that's what the extra chocolate is for, basically the piping and then whatever we want to use it for.
Yep, and you can drizzle over the top and sprinkle candy cane pieces or sprinkles or dust it with water. Whatever you like.
I saw an interesting method for sealing, and that was you take the sphere. Well, first you get a plate hot in the microwave, and then you take one half and you stick it on the plate to make it melty. And then
Okay, right.
so that's just another way.
If you feel more comfortable with that way, you guys are welcome to try that. I personally didn't have, when I tried the method with the skillet over low heat, I didn't have very good luck. I held it on there longer than I should have and pulled it up, and my half sphere had become just a little sliver of chocolate, and it was melting.
Yeah. No, I like the piping.
I enjoy it too. I think it's fun. So now that those are in the refrigerator, we're going to leave those there about 5 minutes or so. You ladies are welcome to take a break, grab some coffee, chat, ask questions, whatever you like.
Yeah.
You want to wipe? You want to as we go? I know you're like me with that.
Allie, I've heard some people put Kahlua or Bailey's inside of the sphere. Will it not leak out?
Bailey.
You know, I haven't tried it. It would be a little trickier to kind of maneuver the two half spheres together without spilling. Sometimes you'll press your half spheres together and then realize there's a little hole, in which case you would probably start to have some leaks. But if you're really careful and diligent about making sure that there's no holes, no rough edges, then yeah, I think it could definitely work. I think that's a great idea.
I think so. I think it'll work.
Could you put it in the chocolate? I wonder.
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it would solidify the way that it's supposed
Set
to.
up the way
I
it's
don't
supposed
think
to.
it will harden your chocolate. So.
Oh, we can look that up.
Ladies, once your molds have been in the refrigerator for a couple minutes, you're welcome to take it out, kind of examine it. If you do have a little pool of chocolate at the bottom of your mold, you can twist it around and give it a more even coat as it's starting to solidify.
Mine's not gonna be done yet because yours went in there with. Yours isn't done.
So what if one of mine isn't going up to the top?
Oh, let me see.
Can I add more chocolate now?
Oh, I see.
Yep, if yours have started to solidify, you can add more chocolate where it's needed.
Okay.
Allie, what is your background and how did you start getting involved doing the demos here?
So this is actually the first demo that I've ever done with the lodge. hopefully I'm doing okay.
You are.
My background, my father owned restaurants when I was growing up. So I kind of started in the restaurant from a very, very young age. I was always in the back of the kitchen, hanging out with the dishwashers, checking out what the cooks were doing. I started serving when I was 15 years old, gradually moved up to bartending, and worked at a large variety of different restaurants, ranging from fine dining to much lower end places. So I've kind of jumped around and seen a handful of things. I've learned a ton from my father, who went to culinary school for 6 years. So now I landed at the lodge and I'm loving it. This is kind of my next big step into management and just expanding my knowledge even further.
Awesome.
Wow.
And if I wanted to get into doing demos here, who would I talk to?
So you could talk to Jason, Doug, myself, and Paula. So Paula and I are both, we are both food and beverage supervisors, but we have both taken on lots of the programming for the lodge. So any and every event kind of crosses Paula and I's desk. We're doing all the MTL posting, all that jazz. And Jason and Doug and Paula and I and Chef Dino, we're in meetings every week about new events, new programming, new demos. So if you are interested in something like that, email any one of us and we'll get that.
I'm a home and family life teacher. I'm retired now, but I taught foods classes for 32 years. And then I became a personal chef, and then I've also done catering. So I thought,
Awesome.
up my alley.
Of course. I remember you telling me that when you came and picked up your wine. That
I was wondering if you were lunch.
Eating.
Oh, yes, that's what it's for. And it's healthy eating.
Alrighty, guys, we can pull out our molds, check to make sure they look even, add chocolate where it's needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got mine. Well,
Well, that's that is our lot.
How's everyone's looking?
This one might not because I put too much.
You know, Gwen, you were asking about putting liquor. They actually have some cocoa mixes that are flavored with some of the alcoholic beverages. So
okay. So
you could actually mix that in with just regular your cocoa mix, and because I think it's a little bit more expensive, but you could add a flavor.
So the alcohol would, if you put it in a chocolate, would prohibit it from.
No, this is not. This is powder. So you're going to mix it.
Mine, when I asked about putting it in the alcohol would, so it didn't set. Is that what you're saying?
No. You're going to mix it into that cocoa that you're going to put inside your, little shell and
Right.
it's dry form, so it's not going to have anything to do with the
Got it.
hardening.
But you're right, if you used liquid alcohol, then
If
the
it's
chocolate,
liquid, yes, it wouldn't work.
it won't set.
Okay, got it. Thank you, Robin.
So if your molds seem to be all solidified and hard, there's no more liquidy chocolate in there, you can begin to start slowly and gently popping them out of your silicone molds. So these pieces on the molds pop right out. So when you're peeling your chocolate out of there, you should just be able to gently mold like that.
If you get a hole, can you go back, set it
That's
back
a
in
big
and repair it?
You can, yes. If you find like this one that I just pulled out, it's got a little bit of a rough edge right there. So I could set it back in the mold, add more chocolate, pop it back in the refrigerator.
Awesome, thank you.
Look and see if mine is. You can tell because it won't be shiny.
And if your chocolate was tempered correctly, you should find that the outside of your shells are shiny without blemishes. You shouldn't see any streaks or white flakes or anything like that. If you do, it means that your chocolate exceeded that temperature. Or if you find that the second you're touching it, it's starting to melt on your fingertips, that also might mean that you exceeded the temperature. You can still make it work. It just becomes a little messier at that point.
How do you get it out of that mold?
You just slowly start to peel the edge back. Since the molds are so flexible, you should just be able to have one hand on the chocolate, and then I use my fingers on the back and just kind of gently push and peel from one side, and just slowly peel and pop it right out. And that one cracked a little bit too, but.
It's all about practice.
Have you done these before, Gwen?
No, we're looking into it for next Christmas, actually.
I know, it looks fun.
Get our practice in.
Yeah. The white chocolate with crushed peppermints looks amazing.
Legendary Donuts sells them. And
Oh, yeah.
theirs
A
are a
lot
little
of
bit
people
bigger,
sell
but you can get some decorating ideas. And I went on Pinterest, and that was another place that had them, and you could find some really cool decorating ideas.
Right.
Legendary Donut sells.
Yeah. But there's a bunch
Really?
of places. I sent you some. And
Yeah, no, but I didn't realize stores. I thought it was more like small people starting their own little business. Etsy.
right.
So ladies, once you've popped your chocolate out, has everyone popped them out, or are we still waiting? for
No,
them to set?
my little puddles aren't set yet.
Okay. If you have little puddles at the bottom, you can take your mold out and kind of wiggle it around so that chocolate spreads around the edges more.
Okay.
You could also take a pastry brush and brush it up the sides a little bit.
Oh, with your finger?
No, just
With a spoon?
get as much as you can on the sides if we have puddles. So just go through the ones that are spoon again and try and get it more flat.
Oh, one of mine was
Yeah, same with me.
liquidy
That's-
enough
yeah.
to
Oh,
do
actually,
that.
mine- okay, well, that's a good thing. So me too.
Mine are super soft.
Inside.
Super
Soft.
Yeah, does that mean they need to be in the fridge longer?
Just leave it.
You can leave it in the fridge longer. It might mean that you exceeded that temperature and it's
Pop it
not
in the
wanting.
freezer.
Yeah, I think we both did that.
Oh, no.
I'd pop it in the freezer a little bit longer.
Yep, you can do it in the refrigerator or the freezer.
Does that mean I'm not going to be able to get them out, Allie, if it went too hot?
You should still be able to get them out. It might just be a little bit messier. So I made that mistake a couple nights ago, actually, when I was testing these. And I was still able to get them out. This one right here is actually one. So this is one that was soft. So that's why it has sprinkles all over it, because as I was touching it, it was melting on my fingers. So I used that to my advantage and just rolled it all over, threw some sprinkles, and made the best of it.
Is that 'cause the temperature was too high or too low? Wait.
Temperature gets too high, and the
Okay.
chocolate doesn't set up as well. It's
Yeah.
fallen out of temper. So when it goes to solidify again, it doesn't solidify the same way that it originally would. It's got a softer, more malleable texture at that point, which is why that temperature is so important, because it can make it really tricky if you go above it to handle them and maneuver them.
Well, that's why so many people don't make candy, is because like it can be hard and it has to be
Right.
perfect temperature. Like me, I have like, too much OCD when I do things like that, so I'm nervous to do it. I'm sure it's hard to make
Right.
candy.
Well, and it's such a fine line, because even though I had gone to like doing 5 or 7 seconds,
Yeah.
it wasn't completely melted, and yet, you know, I was getting up into that 89 degrees, and I'm like, oh dear, you know, I'll just keep stirring and stirring and stirring. So I don't think I exceeded 91, but it seems like it might be soft. So,
Has
So-
anybody,
Sprinkles, nice try.
oh, did I say
Ma'am.
here? I don't even like sprinkles. Has anybody popped theirs out besides Allie? No?
no,
Are you nervous? Too nervous?
Oh,
I popped mine in the freezer.
I'm nervous too.
You know, I think if you have puddles, you could take a pastry brush and kind of brush it up the sides
Yeah,
instead of, because it's probably not going to wiggle at this point very much. So it might
Yeah,
work.
at this point, the
You know-
puddle is soft, but not,
Yeah.
nothing will brush.
So I think you could, if you have a good pastry brush, you could kind of brush it around maybe.
I tried the pastry brush, but it's like, it's not moving anything,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's still a
Yeah.
little,
Hard. Okay.
But it's gonna
Soft.
break if you keep trying, so may as well leave it so it doesn't break. Should we check ours?
Watch pot never boils.
yeah.
We don't want it soft. Sorry, I just Well, no, yours are just a tiny soft. Because the temperature might be. Anyway, well, you can't do anything wrong at this point to it though, so don't worry. I really, yeah. Hey, Ben, you wanna make some hot chocolate bombs? You'll eat them, but you don't want to take them.
Well, you could always take those chocolate balls or just turn it into a ball and roll it in the sprinkles and drop it in your into
Allie,
your
how did you,
cocoa, and you'll still have cocoa.
how did you get them out?
So you just take your mold. One sec, let me grab mine.
Take them out.
Yeah.
Mine are all popped out, but when the chocolate's in there, I just ever so carefully have some fingers on the back, and I grab my chocolate from one corner here. So I'm holding the chocolate, and I gently push the mold and just kind of peel it off. You don't want to just pop it out because it'll crack and break.
Yeah, so don't just push it out.
Yeah.
Should we check?
I just did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How are yours looking, Gwen?
They're still in the freezer.
Just a little soft.
Okay.
The bottom is soft.
I think hers is soft. It's a little soft.
How are you doing, Robin?
They seem like they're solidified, but I'm not able to get them out.
You gently push it out.
So she said.
I got mine out, but the edges are really like
Yeah.
rough.
She talked.
So if
Rough
there's
edges.
But even hers.
okay.
You're okay.
So if they're a little bit jaggedy, that's okay. If you have big, like this one here, I've got a big crack in it, so that would lead to a hole. You can always set them back in the mold and spread a little more chocolate.
It had to do with a
If your chocolate in your microwave safe bowl has solidified, pop it back in the microwave for 15 seconds or so and melt it again.
So you take it out and you
Exits.
put it right there. So it's flat on here. Evens out.
The other thing you can do is when we start to use our piping bag, you can kind of cover some of those holes if they're small enough.
Okay, well, go try again.
This is getting hard.
Oh,
Is the chocolate supposed to be hard in here?
you might. You might need to.
It's not soft.
Hard as a rock.
You can microwave it again.
Yeah. I would open it here.
I mean, I think this is best for me,
Okay.
to be honest.
Whose is that?
If your chocolate in the piping bag solidified, that means you did good with tempering. So that's a good sign.
Did I do better than you
15
or something?
seconds.
Oh, no,
You
yours
did.
are better than mine. Oh, you can put this
15
back in the
seconds.
microwave. If I blow up your house.
Open it up. Leave it open. Okay, here we go. Oh,
How's it coming, Gwen? You're
my first attempt appears to be. See, the sides are two. Sides that have.
Bye-bye now.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Right, the first one, just the whole thing cracks.
yeah. Well, that's how I'm gonna work. It's gonna take a lot of pressure.
Okay, well, that was a fail. And I follow directions.
That's a fail.
Shoot.
That's a
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, they're
I'm
all-
wondering
all
if
in
it's
my-
really important to, as we're doing it the first time, if you're really making those edges a lot thicker than not.
Well, yeah, I didn't think
Yeah.
of that idea.
Because they all seem to be breaking. Of course, I haven't done mine yet, so I'm just sitting here.
Yeah, mine
Yeah,
are
the
all-
edges definitely
yeah,
needed to be thicker.
Mine are all.
Yeah.
Oh well, we know for next time. Okay.
Like I said before, ladies, don't feel discouraged if your edge is cracking or the chocolate didn't solidify. Like I said, I had to try these a handful of times and watch lots of videos to figure out what worked. So it is a trial and error process.
It'd be nice if we could just get
They're
full.
all cracking.
If a cup of warm water, you could put your chocolate in while you're working on the others, so it keep it from getting hard.
There's a
That's
good
In
good
the
one.
idea.
baking bag.
Yeah,
That is a great idea. Yep, so it doesn't solidify on the
because
counter. That
otherwise
is
I can see popping it back. I can see me doing it too long, and then I've cooked it too hard, too long, and then it, maybe the tempering might be different.
Yeah, but you have to have a second pipe for it.
Well, I know, but maybe.
Ellie, have you used these plastic molds in baking? I have not, but
I have had them.
I have not, but I've read many articles and recipes, and it seems like you can do some really fun stuff with them. Cake pops and all kinds of fun little cake bites and just a number of things. Brownie bites.
Even skincare.
what did you say?
Bath bombs and stuff. You could even do skincare. That's
Oh,
what
that'd
they
be
use.
fun.
Oh, nice.
Egg bites. I do all that stuff in them. I love them.
Yeah, I have
You don't have to.
I have done egg bites.
silicone. Yeah.
Egg bites is a great idea. I'll have to try that one.
Oh yeah.
Jason and I found online Oh, sorry, Gwen, go ahead.
Oh, I was just wondering if anybody had any left.
Did anyone get one? Because we didn't. Did anybody?
I got a half.
I got parts.
Oh, I have two. We have zero. I have zero.
That's okay. I'm gonna find a way to make one at least.
Using my half.
Yes, because
Oh my god.
So I'm thinking that mine got too hot because when I touch them, they start to melt.
They do. Yep, then
Yeah.
it did get too hot.
Maybe we need to put our hands on ice before we try to get these out so that we're not melting them.
that's fine.
I'm sorry, ladies. I feel so bad. It's so tricky
No,
because
no.
it's such a little finicky. It's so finicky. So it is tricky.
But this is how we learn, and then next time we'll do something different. It's not your fault.
Maybe we can come full circle in 2 weeks and meet again. And
Yeah,
So,
share all of our secrets.
So I just cleaned up all of my edges with a hot plate.
Oh,
Okay.
that worked.
So now they're more flat, my edges. So I'm hoping that will, maybe they'll be not a circle and more of a, I don't know. Yeah.
I would take all
Spaceship.
that. I think I'd take the chocolate that are in pieces, drop it in your cup, add the cocoa powder, and put hot milk on top.
well,
and,
now, yeah, I'm not gonna.
and you'll still have it and enjoy
Yeah.
that chocolate.
I think it's just.
Well, and the beauty of these guys is that they don't need to look perfect. I mean, if you're giving them as a gift, I know you want them to look perfect, but if you're just enjoying it at home and it looks a little wonky or it's not shaped perfectly, it still tastes the same.
Well, I
Still
think
just-
we really should get back together in a couple weeks, and then we'll practice, and then we'll share.
I would
all of
love
our
to.
secrets. It'd be fun.
Do you think it would be easier to temper it over a water bath?
So since I don't have a microwave, that is the
do.
method that I used. I got a pot of boiling water, and I had my metal bowl, and I just set it in the boiling water. And then I took it out almost immediately because it starts to melt really quickly. So that method can be harder because it does start to melt so much faster than it does in the microwave. But if you're right there on top of it, checking it with the food thermometer and making sure you're stirring and you don't leave it in the boiling water for too
You
long.
do not want. You don't want to have any water hit that chocolate though, because if
Right.
it does, it'll seize and that's just mess. They're a mess.
Right.
So now we're putting the cocoa inside there.
Yep, so I like to, once my molds are empty, I like to flip my mold upside down and use it as kind of a stand for my 2 half spheres.
Looks like you're the only one doing the next step. Congratulations.
I'm so sorry, ladies. I feel just horrible.
No, it's funny. You gotta make jokes.
I'm
It's not
gonna
your fault.
try.
Don't worry about it. You didn't.
Okay, and then you just put a little bit in there, or how much do you put in there?
So I do a couple spoonfuls of hot cocoa and I leave some room for the marshmallows. So the marshmallows can stick up a little bit since you're going to stick the top sphere on there.
Oh, right. No, yes. That I can remember. You want your sprinkles? You want me to put your away?
Yeah, I don't even like sprinkles.
Well, I'll take them.
Yeah.
You take that leftover candy cane, smash it, and add some of that to it.
Sugar cookies for my friend in California, but she won't. Sending sugar cookies for Dave. Valentine's Day. Was this the sprinkle one?
Let me see yours, Allie.
Have fun decorating yours.
Oh, I haven't done much more with mine,
Oh, I
but
thought you were putting the top on.
Way to show us all that.
so once your hot cocoa powder and your marshmallows are in there, I take my little piping bag and just ever so slightly around the edge,
I might need a vacuum.
I coat it with the chocolate. And this part doesn't need to look perfect because it just acts as glue. And it's going to have sprinkles over it.
I know you don't like that. I didn't know he plays guitar every day. You're kidding, right?
What?
He plays the guitar every day.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh. What a disaster.
Hashtag disaster.
Only for us, I'm sure.
It's still fun though. That's what counts. Oh dear.
Did you have fun? If you had fun, it's
That's
okay.
all that matters. Seriously, that's all that matters, right?
It
It's mom and
is.
daughter time, and at least.
And then do you have to hold it together?
Hold it together for a sec so that it seals on there real good.
What?
And then once it's sealed,
Quick.
I just take it and roll it through some sprinkles to give it that little
You just want to try it so
edge. And mine kind of ended up with that oval shape as well.
Sprinkles. I wish you guys could see my mom right now. I promise.
Me too. Angle that camera.
Can you please show them what you're doing?
Well, wait till I'm done.
She's creating a hot cocoa bomb out of chocolate pieces.
I like it.
You have to see it, I guess, or it's not funny, but she's like creating one just with the pieces.
Yeah.
Wow, because it's melting, you know, because of the temperature. Wow, nice job, Mom. That's gorgeous. The cocoa's all falling out of it.
Hey, stop
Get it in a cup.
Okay, now.
You want some sprinkles on that gorgeous ball? Oh my gosh, you are crap. That is hilarious.
And so I feel like I need sprinkles to cover it up.
No, just drop it in the cup.
I agree. Wait till you guys see this beauty. Want some more?
Well, I need to find a way to.
Well, you gotta turn it over so I can give you more. Oh my.
No, don't turn it over.
So is this about the amount of powder you would put in, Allie?
Go put
The little
So
cup?
if you leave extra in those ramekins, usually you'll end up with about 2 to 4 teaspoons, depending on how much extra room you have in your mold. If you have that little pool of chocolate at the bottom, you might have a little less room for cocoa powder in there.
Okay.
But usually about 2 to 4 teaspoons of hot cocoa powder per sphere. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but since you have that outer chocolate layer, once you pour the milk over it, it tastes like a normal cup of hot cocoa.
Okay.
You've got more chocolate on your hands.
I got mine done.
Look at you.
Cute.
You made one? Yeah. I bet it's not as good as my mom.
Second one.
Oh, I didn't see it. Can I see yours? Whoever just made one? Wow.
Right there.
Good.
We should vote between you and the moms. Who wins?
Stop it.
Yeah, I'm just happy I got it together.
That's a good one. Nice job, Candy.
This one's really oval. And hot chocolate is falling out the side of it.
Yeah, me too. I mean, yeah, we know, yeah, and we have it all memorized. We just have to practice.
I think the key is definitely the sides need to be thicker.
Yes.
Yes, but and all the way to the top. Like, not
Yeah.
just like stop, not just stop right at the. I don't know actually.
Yeah.
Huh? Because I feel if you go over a little bit, you do the plate trick. I don't know.
I did have mine go over on some of them, and it was fine. It came out fine,
That's what I'm saying. I think that would be a good thing, right? So
but I still feel like mine were not thick enough on the sides.
Oh, I really thought, but then I picked it up and it fell apart. So
How are you doing, Robin?
here it is.
Well, mine, I'll be observing.
Oh.
I like it. I love it.
gorgeous or
Well, if we have a completed one, let's hold them up so I can get a picture of everyone.
oh my gosh.
Oh, look at you.
Robin, will you hold yours up again?
Candy.
Mine are melting in my hand.
I know. Yeah. Why would that happen?
And your hands are
Because I got it probably too hot.
All right, ladies.
Sorry.
So once you have a completed bomb or chunks of chocolate and some hot cocoa powder, you can add all your fixings into
There you
your
go.
glass or your mug. And I just have some hot water going on the stove. So I put mine in a clear glass so that you guys can see a little better. But I'm just going to pour the hot water right over it. It should start to melt. And then it kind of bursts open with all of your marshmallows, cocoa powder, all the fixins.
Wonderful.
And just grab a spoon and mix it up and enjoy.
You see, it doesn't matter what it looks like, so it's okay.
So did you just
At
drizzle,
this point, it all looks the same.
did you just drizzle chocolate on the outside before you rolled it in the sprinkles? Or,
So I use, when we rim the edge of the sphere with the chocolate in the piping bag, press the other sphere on, a lot of times that chocolate rim will kind of ooze out of the sides a little bit. So I use that as my glue, and I just roll it right through the sprinkles. You can drizzle more chocolate on top. You can do all kinds of different creative decorating techniques. That one's just easy. Roll it right through the sprinkles, and then it covers up your zucchini.
Cocoa bomb fail.
That's okay. It's a great I Love Lucy story.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was still fun.
I mean, we learned a lot, just in an interesting way. Like we learned, you know what? We learned what not to do.
That's right. It's good.
I mean, obviously, you know, Allie's done this before, so that's why she's kind of had some trial and error, and this is our first shot. So I appreciate it, Allie.
yeah.
You guys, I really hope that you guys continue to practice and
Sure.
you go through your own process of trial and error, because they can be tricky and finicky and messy and sticky. So, but ultimately they are really fun once you kind of perfect it and learn what works best for you, whether it's that plate technique or using the piping bag or whatever works best for you. So I apologize for those of you that didn't get to see the full final finished product, but I hope that you guys
no.
Can the bowls go in the dishwasher?
They can, yes.
So easy to wash, so it's not even funny. Like
No.
there's because the silicone, nothing sticks with them. They're amazing. So it's a waste, and they will wear them down. From my experience.
Yeah, I typically hand wash mine because they are so easy to, I mean, if you have chocolate pieces on it, they usually just flake right off. You can soak it in hot water or whatever you need to do, but usually I don't even need to put mine in a dishwasher.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have any questions?
Well, I'm finding that with my leftover chocolate, I heated it over some water just in the bag.
Mm-hmm.
And the pastry brush is making it go up the sides so much easier.
Good.
Okay,
So
easier than a
I'm
spoon.
going to continue to play with this.
I have heard that the pastry brush technique works really well. I've only ever used a spoon because I don't have a pastry brush at home, but I have read lots online that is a good technique to use.
So, Allie.
Oh.
This was fun.
Yeah.
I hope so, ladies. I apologize again that it wasn't
Oh,
Oh, no, it's good.
Oh, no. This is all about learning.
Yep. You did a great
Yeah,
job.
it's just going to take practice.
Well, thank you guys. I would love to come full circle and have another little life-size get-together and try them again if you guys are up for it.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Well, maybe I will add all of you to an email thread later this week, and we can plan out after you guys have had some time to practice.
So that'd be a good. I would.
Sounds good, Ellie. It'd be fun.
Sounds good.
All right, ladies.
Oh, my.
Practice our temporary.
Perfect. Any other questions, guys?
The only other question would be is if we were to use less than 70% dark chocolate, how much lower do we want that temperature?
So for dark chocolate, the rule of thumb is always going to be that 91 degree mark. Once you move into
Right.
milk chocolate and white chocolate, it is a lower temperature. I don't know those numbers off the top of my head. I
Okay.
want to say that milk chocolate is 87 and that white is 85. But if you look online what temperature
Tempering.
to temper chocolate to, it should give you a full breakdown of all the different temperatures.
Okay.
Or I'm happy to find those online for you ladies, and I can send you all an email with those temperatures.
We can look.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks,
so
Deb.
much.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
All
Bye-bye.
right, ladies, have a good afternoon.
You too.
Thank you
Bye.
again.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. That was fun,
Right.
but freaking hilarious.
So make one.
I had no idea he does that daily.
What?
I had no idea that he does that daily.
Yeah. You know, I keep telling there's all kinds of lessons and stuff online.
Oh, I
that you
know.
don't- But he won't
Well,
do
with
it.
the COVID too, there's a lot of free classes.
I know.
I'll clean up the mess.
He just, he won't do it.
Right, are you okay?
Yeah.
I saw that.
You can take this one.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Here, let me clean up, Mom, and just talk to you.
So you may take the, oh, how did I do that? You
Take
may
what?
You can take the mugs and, give them away if you,
It's the last thing I
Don't
need is
want-
mugs, but yeah, no,
I know.
no, but I'm in a new buy nothing group, and well, we all had to. The buy nothing groups changed, so that will work.
okay. It changed?
Well, so many pissed off people. The people just need to chill out by then, and I get why they're pissed off, but because people have made friends and people have changed each other's lives, and there's so many people in the group now that they have to expand, and so now instead of one, there's like 4 groups. People are livid. You have no idea how many messages I got. Are you in this group? Are you in this group? Like, this group is amazing. I mean, it's affected me even. It made me sad. I hate it. And why do it during the
You know
COVID?
what, just start a
No, I
thread
am.
with you and your friends.
No, no, and that, which they all added me the important ones added me as a friend on Facebook. We'll keep in touch.
Yeah.
And if I have things that I know that they'll want, I'll just give them to
How
them.
did they determine who was in what group, do you know?
By your actual address.
Oh, okay.
So the group just got too big, but my whole thing is the group might be big, but what's the activity like? Because to me, let's say the group has 5,000 people in it. Well, if 200 are involved, the rest aren't, then we should go off that too.
Right.
Because to me, 90% the same people
Yeah.
involved. Does that make sense? So there's people who are like livid over it. And I'm like, that's not going to change the situation. If you want to be that mad over it. I'll swipe with this first and then. So yeah, so they're switching the group. So what I'm saying is that would be a great like first gift on the new page tomorrow, starting February 1st. So I could use these tags.
That's like, this is yours.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Thank you. But you keep yours so that we can practice.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And then, so she was fine doing the shorts and stuff. Did you give her a few bucks or
No, I didn't.
not take it? Or,
I just gave her $10 to do a
I mean, I
pair of
paid her
pants
a lot.
for mine. So.
Give her $10 to what?
Cause she did a pair of pants for me.
Oh, okay.
So.
So just know I paid her a lot every time. This is yours. Nothing to do. This paperwork over here. This nothing to do with me.
Not for you, no, it's for me.
Okay, I just want to make sure. That was fun, Mom. Like,
Yeah.
it's so funny. Anytime we do anything artistic, we crack up the whole time.
Yeah.
But really, you're the creative one.
No.
This This is wrong. This is how I felt with the bath bombs, and that's why I gave up. This is exactly what happened with the bath bombs. It's almost identical.
And watch other videos.
Yes. Well, because for Christmas next year, I want to do like, this year I did no gifts. Next year I want to do what we talked about, like all homemade.
Right.
But like good gifts, not just like stupid candles. Like, you get what I mean. We have enough candles or whatever. Like, just, I want to do something special. So cocoa bombs, it is, and then we got to come up with the second thing. Oh, this chocolate's gonna make a mess. Is the dishwasher dirty by any chance? Is the dishwasher dirty by any chance? Because I'm gonna rinse this chocolate stuff because it will be hard to come off if not. Does Norwex have any new like kitchen cloths that you like better?
I don't know.
I'm due. Mine are so old, Mom. It's weird. They don't. Well,
I don't like the
they really.
I got under the sink.
The half ones.
Yeah.
Those are the ones I need new. I've had them wait so long and they like permanently smell. Why don't you like? You used to love those.
I would rather have.
That's what ruined my dresser, by the way. Those.
Yeah. I would rather have regular cloth, but whatever. You know, the actual.
Like the Norwex, the back lock, whatever.
Yeah.
You're gonna need something wet, like probably getting stuff up in it. Or you'd rather just use that.
Yeah.
But what changed that? Because you used to love those. That was your favorite. Yeah, I agree with that.
But I think it needs to be other.
Can you open the dishwasher for me? No, I get what you're saying. I agree, Mom. But that's what took my paint off, or whatever it did. Really? Well, it ruined basically, my bedside table, if I wash it with any kind of towel, it looks great. 2 seconds later, it's bad again. And that's what the dresser is like. The dresser is just gross looking period now. With dings and it's got paint off of it. That was from the Norwex cloth, but it's probably not even worth fixing, so it's fine. It's not going to last much longer, so. 10 years old from, or no, more than like 11, 12 years old from Ashley, I think. Well, I know for sure they're from Ashley.
Not only that, something on it, something small.
Oh, that's true.
I don't know.
I mean, I've been gentle. I'm always gentle with everything. But it's been moved like 5, 6 times. What? That's the issue. Okay, so that's the issue. I mean, literally one more move. I don't think it will last one more move. And I've seen so many people giving cute dresses away and showing them, but it's just hard to see how nice they are. And then you got to go meet them. But if you ever see any super cute ones that are super cheap or free or whatever, tell me, because we can always get rid of ours for free if we found a good one that someone just didn't want. Because there's people, who buy stuff and aren't looking to make money because they don't need it. These Crate and Barrel plates go in the dishwasher.
Yeah.
They're cute. These are really cute. They're great ones. I love them.
Yeah, I was worried about them holding up.
Oh, really? Oh, I love them. We don't have enough we need to get more silverware. Because sometimes we start the dishwasher before it's full because we're so low on silverware. Where's a good place to get a set for reasonable? Oh, really? Okay. And just get a full set or whatever.
Yeah, I think they come in. Hopefully you can find a set of 4.
Okay.
I don't think you need 8.
I don't think so on top of what we have, no. And they would be what's reasonable at a store like that? Oh, okay. Okay. Have you been making your smoothies?
A little bit. I'm just not set up.
I know you're not. I know. David's the same. Almost done. You don't put your big knives in the dishwasher, do you?
I do.
Oh, so do I.
Probably good knife. I'm not.
Yeah, you wouldn't. Oh my gosh, it's really a mess, huh?
Yeah.
This will get it all off. What's this little thing here that we're using?
What?
What's this? This will get it off.
That's from the same place as the cloth. The flower one in there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This one. And do you like these?
Yeah.
Do they last? They look like they don't last. Oh, that's old. I think I did the dishwasher the way you liked it.
Oh.
And show David a picture of our outcome.
Of your what?
Of the outcome of our cocoa bomb. See what he has to say about the picture. Yeah. So you getting excited for the trip? I'm like, David, you excited for the trip? No, not until it's closer. I'm like, okay. Every year. I'm like, well, I am. I mean, he's excited, but I get excited before the fact these days as much, you know? You just never know with everything. Just wants to get everything done with and be sure I'm okay and we're both okay, you know?
Does he have anything coming up?
No, he just basically ignores stuff.
He what?
No, he barely goes to the doctor. Like he should. Like, you need prostate stuff. You're at that age. Like, so I'm trying to get him. He's going to look and see if my internal doctor takes him. Which would make me really happy if he did, because it'd be great for David.
Yeah. Have you talked to him about it yet?
Yes. So he said, write the name on the whiteboard and I'll look it up. So that I reminded him a couple times. I'm trying not to remind him as much, so I write on the whiteboard. Because when I have to remind him all the time, I feel like I'm picking on him. You know, but
he doesn't pay attention.
so lately he's been like doing things without me having to ask him, which has been really nice. And I thank him the second I notice. Like, you know, when you asked the other day if the bed is put back together. So normally these aren't hard to clean, they just are because the chocolate sat in them. So you know how that one day I wanted to put the bed together. So I texted him, I said, we got to put the bed together tonight. He's like, okay. Well, I came home, and no, I'm not saying he never does anything around the house, but he doesn't do a ton because I do it. And the house is normally clean, but I came home to the bed all done. And like, it doesn't seem like a big deal maybe, but it is. Like, he went out to a garage, got the bed stand and everything, put the mattress cover back on, and did everything on his own. So I said, thank you. That was like one of the first times before I reminded you again. But I said it really nicely.
How'd it go, ladies?
Well, we didn't use any of the middles, if that answers your question.
We couldn't
It's
get
a little tough.
couldn't get the stuff right, but it was fun.
It was fun, but
And
we're not the
I
only
felt
ones.
sorry for that poor little girl.
I know she kept apologizing. But
I know. No, that's not garbage.
The one who
Do you
did,
need to get in here? Allie,
one
do you
that-
know who Allie is?
The one that let us.
She's new. She's a food and beverage supervisor or
so
something.
what was the problem?
We just
Dealing
couldn't-
with candy is
you
always
don't-
a
do you
hard
want
thing.
to save it?
No. Temperatures,
Yeah, and the size. This is my bomb here.
said we were dying
And
laughing.
it's
Mom
supposed to be.
Mom just created one out of chocolate pieces. No, we
it's
weren't
supposed
talking
to be
like no one really
completely round and beautiful.
no one really got it then. It was
Number
it's
A
tough.
hole in it.
I don't know.
But we have till next Christmas because Mom and I are gonna make these for Christmas gifts. I know.
So it's just a question of
Practice,
Practice,
figuring out.
like anything else.
like my skin, like when I did my skincare stuff, I practiced for years before I made stuff.
Really? That's right, yeah, you did a lot of that.
I still do. Like,
Well, and then I thought that one gal was talking a little too much.
the Julie,
Yeah.
the one that was obviously she's a
Did theirs, should they do theirs in front of you? Did theirs come off with it?
No, nobody came up except the gal that.
no, even the gal that ran it didn't.
Yeah. Well, better than ours. Though.
Oh, yeah, true.
It's hard.
Should they know how to do it perfectly?
Well,
before
they,
do it?
yeah, well, she did. I mean, that's just, I think it could be like any given day or, a difficult thing.
It really was fun still, but
Yeah, Julie was being a little too bossy.
I know
It wasn't her thing,
I kind of agree.
you know?
I noticed that at the beginning, yeah. I noticed at the beginning when she's like, I'm just gonna watch. Or, and I was like, okay. Because she didn't make anything. She probably did hers after. So that it turned out right or something.
Right, well, maybe she learned some techniques or something.
Fine. Did you take a walk, Dad? Is that where you just came back from? Yeah. That seemed like longer than normal walk for you.
No, it was an hour.
Wow.
It's a minimum of an hour. I got around 6,500 steps today. Now I have about 7,500. I'm telling you, 50,000.
Good job, Dad. I just cleaned these. I didn't clean the soap yet. So I'm trying to go talk it off first. Did I do okay with the dishwasher? I know you might.
Yeah. I'm gonna wait till after lunch and then I'll learn it.
I just want to make sure. I don't like when I come over and leave a mess and I leave these. They look helpful. It's better. They can't stand it. I got that for you. I'm serious. One thing because we go to Palm Springs really at 4 in the morning and I always wipe the counters before we go. So now these just have to be washed. We need to wash. I'll do it. I'll wash them with soap. So these, I didn't really clean them. That one I cleaned, but this one's I cleaned the end of it, but not. Did Bud do okay with the shot? Oh no, he didn't get it yet. It just got scheduled, right?
Yeah.
The vaccine? Good.
Sometime
Okay. We're good.
in February.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot Mom scheduled it for him. What's this weird thing? Jelly? Candy jelly? Oh, it's for the thermometer.
Yeah, I've been trying to get June an appointment.
Oh, is this for the
For the
social?
COVID shot.
Oh, yeah. And what's the issue there?
That's over an hour yesterday.
Oh my God. So he sent David the picture. It is nice. Hot cocoa bomb fail. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He said, what the fuck? That looks like a bomb went off.
Oh, true.
They aren't easy.
Let's wait.
6 other people.
Yeah, oh, Keith. Keith shifted in the sand. Is that a horrible round?
This one tougher to judge speed wise. He went to Hubbard. Couple of misses, but then turned downward to his right frame.
Awful pretty. Awful pretty. Oh, just missed it. Great spot. Great 15 feet back.
Oh, so I ended up getting a gas grill instead of the waffle maker.
What? You told me you got the, did you take it back?
No. Because I didn't even realize that I didn't have one thing. I mean, I'm still using it, thinking just about like waffle. They look like pink.
Wait, I don't get it. So you got, I thought you already bought the little one.
Well, I did.
Oh, so you have both?
I haven't replaced it yet. I have to wait until I can see.
That's what we have.
Doesn't yours have waffle marks? Does yours,
What was the one?
you know what a waffle
Yeah,
looks
yeah,
like?
yeah, of course. Yeah, what was the one that David wanted?
I don't know.
Hold on a second.
Find out which one you got.
Dash, right? I believe it's the one.
Dash Mini. So there's a Dash Mini griddle and a Dash Mini waffle maker.
But like, why? Like, why? I'm just curious. Why did you switch?
What?
Why do you want the other one? Why did you get this one versus the waffle one?
Because I didn't know there were two.
Oh. But it really doesn't matter. It's the same idea, right?
Yeah, but
Same exact idea.
We have tacos?
Oh,
chicken.
chicken
Chicken
tacos.
tacos.
Believe it or not.
Chicken tacos.
Yeah, for me.
Oh, from you, right?
Well, where I live, people like USDA Food Company has so much extra produce and stuff, so we're getting free food out every Wednesday, like 10,000, thousands of boxes of food. And I made friends where I live, so they like drop boxes off at my door. Just because they're kind.
What? Good. I mean, it looks a little different, but it's good.
Unfortunately, Kamayu tested positive with COVID, so we're wishing him all the best. And we will be able to take Kamayu's